Kenya's greatest transformations, devolution. Today's gathering is a living testimony of what can happen when devolution works, when counties invest in their people. This celebration, therefore, is bigger than the mere presentation of certificates. It is, I believe, a living testimony of what happens when devolution meets empowerment. I chose to make this written statement because this is the first such event, so it will go in history, because if I speak of the CAF, which I intend to do, I will juxtapose my remarks with some off-CAF remarks in order to bring this matter to where I believe it should be. Dear friends, the power of devolution lies in its ability to bring government, opportunity, and hope closer to the people. Before 2010, much of our country's progress was decided in Nairobi. When we promulgated the new Constitution of Kenya on August 27, 2010, key among its most definitive and deliberate pillars was devolution, ungatuzi. We were clear that we needed to address deep-rooted challenges that had persisted since our independence, including marginalization, inequality, and the over-centralization of power and resources in Nairobi. Thus, with devolution, every county, including our beloved Machakos County, was given the authority, a measure of resources, and the responsibility to shape its own future. I heard what Deputy Governor Francis Mwangangi said, and it is actually a matter of great shame, a matter which is not acceptable, that while the national government enjoys 85% of the total Kenyan budget, only 15 goes to counties. 15%. A lot of you, or some of you, remember that I was a co-chair to the famous, or is it now infamous, NADCO, National Dialogue Committee, and we even upped it to minimum 20%. But now Governor Francis Mwangangi is telling us it's gone down to 9%. Completely, a complete reversal of what the people of Kenya intended to do through Ngatusi. Imagine if Governor Wavinya is operating within the 15%, by the way, is shared between the 47 counties. And the little that she gets, she's able to empower the youth that she's trying to do today. Imagine if we went up to national government, wapate 60%, na counties wapate 40%. In fact, in my view, we should make it 50-50, because all the stealing that is happening in Nairobi is because they have a lot of money to throw away. And yet, as I speak to you, our university lecturers have been on strike. This is a third month, and they cannot be paid the 7.9 billion. They want it paid quickly. I give a suggestion to William Ruto. You cannot keep our university lecturers in the streets. These are some of our best minds. But on the one hand, you're able to get your agents collect sometimes 6,000 to 10,000 people to State House, bribe them with 10,000 shillings each, mass bribery. Now, if you cumulatively took that into account, the amount you're spending on bribing Kenyans, that is enough to pay university lecturers and to get our university students to go back to school. This is just but the simple reality of the mismanagement this country is experiencing at the very top. Distinguished guests, across Kenya and Africa, I will go back a little bit. Thus, with devolution, every county, including Machakos, was given the authority. Devolution, fellow Kenyans, It's not just about building roads as markets, as Governor Vinya said, but it's also about building people. Infrastructure is important. Yes, those roads and those bridges and those dams, like the one what Kibaki and I had even passed through and got funding from the African Development Bank, the Thika Dam. We should have and really brought in a lot more water to go beyond Machakos and beyond Matu to get into Mwitasiano and get a lot of water out of it. But that is a matter that the 85% by the national government, even assisted by our development partners like African Development Bank, is still sitting there as a white elephant. Distinguished guests, across Africa, and Kenya of course included, we are seeing powerful examples of how youth empowerment is changing nations. In Kisumu, youth trained in green energy now run community solar projects. In Makueni, young people are processing mangoes into juice and exporting the same abroad. In Kajiado, just your neighbors to the north, to the east, youth groups are leading waste recycling enterprises, turning plastic into profit. Even across Africa, in Rwanda and in Ghana, youth empowerment programs are producing digital entrepreneurs, innovators, and agripreneurs who are transforming entire economies. And now, right here in Machakos, through this program, 1,000 young people were enrolled and taken into a rigorous 21-day boot camp followed by technical training. These young men and women mastered new skills, gained confidence, and have discovered their potential. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is truly devolution in action within the framework of a very small budget. And it's government working hand in hand with communities to unlock opportunity of the grassroots. This is proof that when you empower the youth, you actually end up empowering an entire nation. You are proof that when devolution serves the people, it transforms lives. To the graduates, this is time for some hard truths. This empowerment comes with responsibility. On 20th June 2024, remember, 29-year-old Rex Kanyike Masai was shot. We buried him at Kamudhanga. Was shot and killed during what should have been a peaceful protest for opposing the Finance Bill 2024. Justice for Rex became a slogan, the rallying call that is the moral urgency of our times. Rex emboldened our nation. His death galvanized all people across all sectors of our nation, fed up with the status quo, asking only for transparency, equality, and respect of the rule of law by those who hold the instruments of power. Rex asked for opportunity. His call was met with police bullets and batons. Graduates, you are not the future anymore. You are the now. You stand on the shoulders of Rex Masai and hundreds of young Kenyans whose names are forever immortalized in our third, and I dare say, final liberation struggle, and their sacrifice should and will not be in vain. You now carry the torch of progress. My dear friends, Ungatuzi of Devolution has given you a platform. Now it is your turn to build upon it. Start small, but think big. Collaborate with others. Use your talents not only to lift yourself, but to lift others. Remember, true empowerment is not about what we receive, but what we give back. Remember too, that you are living proof that devolution works and that local action can lead to national transformation. I urge you, therefore, to take your training as a launch pad. That's what we are, lifting you out of this, to build, to innovate, and to serve. Don't wait for opportunities to come knocking. Go out there and create them. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's future will not be shaped in boardrooms and in Nairobi alone. It will be shaped in counties like here in Machakos by young people who are determined to make devolution work. When every county becomes a center of innovation, of agriculture, of entrepreneurship, and creativity, Kenya will rise united, prosperous, and just. And that, my friends, is a true power of devolution. The power to give every Kenyan a fair chance to dream, to work, and to succeed where they are, whichever county they live in. And to you, our graduates, let me ask you, vijana wetu, a simple question. Are you ready to lead? Munanisikiliza? Nyinyi mko tayari? Nimuyombanetie? Am I talking to myself? Are you ready to lead? Can I hear a yes or no? Yes. Are you ready to succeed? Yes. Because this is just a beginning. What Governor Avinya is giving you is a beginning. Are you ready, therefore, to succeed and make success your ambition? Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready to show Kenya the power of an empowered youth? Bado hapo hamjajibu vizuri. Ni kama nyinyi bado mnataka fair. Then go and do it with pride, with purpose, and with passion. Walk proudly into your future, guided, of course, by what the men and women of God here, the spiritual fathers, have taught you. You are not only the products of devolution today, you have become the face of that transformation and the hope of this nation. Devolution, ladies and gentlemen, is not just a policy, but a living promise. It has given us a chance to bring progress home, and youth empowerment is the heartbeat of that progress. I therefore thank the Machakos County Government, Governor Avinya and your team for this program, and salute you for your commitment. As, of course, you are all buttressed and empowered by the County Assembly of Machakos, which has given you the tools. And of course, without giving up on their role of being their oversight to you as a government. May I suggest, with great introspection, that in honor of Rex Masai and the fallen Gen Zs whose sacrifices changed Kenya forever and inspired change worldwide, that you rename this inspirational project as the Rex Masai Empowerment Program. You may have to take it through the County Assembly for debate. It is not an order. No. We cannot do that. We believe in consultation. Maybe you even come up with a better name. But you need to give this Machakos Empowerment, Youth Empowerment Program a sense of the Gen Z revolution, which Rex Masai, one of your own, was not given the opportunity to live. And the living is a basic thing. He wasn't going, if he was Sagao, he was not going to do what Norman Kingo was challenging you not to do. He was a decent young man. Together, my friends, we can comboa Kenya and build a nation state where no dream is too big, where no voice is silenced like that of Rex Masai, and where most importantly, no young person is left behind. Even those who fail. I've heard Governor Avinya being a mother saying, you will get back there in January. Mpaka ufaulu. Congratulations, class of 2025. Machakos believes in you. Kenya, too, believes in you. And I, one Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, believe in you. Asanteni sana. Mungu abariki na hongera vijana wa Machakos na Mbaitu. Iyo bei kabio kule. Nemo mbewa. Kiatheki koti kiteu. Amweka tele mweno ndo na weva. I like Mubangoni. He gave a true interpretation to William Ruto. When in Kitui, alisema, what is this thing? Munasema vomwe na betwe. I like what Mheshimiwa Munyaka told William Ruto. Vomwe na betwe means you, William Ruto, will be one term. And where you wonder, maana ya ngiangendu, it simply tells you, this community, ya Wakamba, do not believe in corruption. We are not corrupt. Therefore, Governor Wavinya, you have done well. Accept oversight, accept criticism. Let us not go out there praise singing. Hey, you know, I was very shy here. Mukianza kusema Kalonzo the 6th. Hatuwezi kuwa the 6th if these young people do not take out their voters cards. Mwe tayari kuza kura. Alama tayari kuoko yolo. Alama wasetei kula kuoko yolo. By the way, Governor Wavinya, I've read in the national media kwamba wao tayari Machakos is leading in taking out the... So Machakos, go out there. That is your weapon to reclaim the dignity of Rex Masai. If you don't want Masai to have died in vain, chukweni ukura, make this administration which has failed, and I have no hesitation to tell you it has failed, make it absolutely one term. And it is not a cliche, it is now becoming a true vision of every Kenyan who cares about the future of this country. Just look, for example, William Ruto has given orders to now clear the little forest cover we had in Masai Mao, for example, one of the most important water towers, which actually sustains even the ecosystem in the Masai Mara world-famous game reserve. And everything is now moving in the direction of Tanzania because the Mara River is drying up. And President Ruto goes and says, ile miti mzee ikatwe. How do you, somebody ambaye anataka kumake a profit, destruction of our forests? Mwesa umeona ba aiteta Ndwebeti Hills, kataeni Governor Wavinya, musikubali, because that is the only little thing left around here. You know, just destroy your country for what purpose? For monetary gain? No. Lastly, I was so happy to see our clergy leaders here, our spiritual fathers. Bishop Kababu, I'm told you are the chair of the Level 5 hospital. You know that William Ruto, through SHA and SHE, has even failed to honor the commitment he gave to some of you when you went to see him, asema atalipa SHA and SHE. Bishop Norman Kingo and the Catholic fraternity, you're doing us proud. The Catholic Church has remained strong and the leader in education, in hospital and healthcare giving. When we laid Bishop Kyoko to rest at the cathedral here, because I was there, then we named Bishop Kyoko Hospital after him. We were hoping it would be made to succeed. But it looks like Ruto promises everything and he wants, when you leave State House, an end opposite. So we have to fight for our rights. Akamba, twike. Tala ndumet ila nyamusi toang da. Tula tuzamutu itoang da la mezenda kwa yulu. Da yose wanachao. Ithi akamba twenda. It is time to show. There is this time, and this is God's given time to make the change. And therefore, let us start with a clear message. I know we are next to Mumbuni North, Mheshimiwa Munyaka, Ingo kuli andu maitu kwa ndaya Momboni North. Tafadhali. Kibela Wiper Patriotic Front ikaima Kiosa. Hiyo na agachagwa na anatembea na Matiangi na umealange mazi yu Kalonzo we mwe kibela kia ward na we ndo tuika president wa Kenya. Imonde thesi ambaitu tuikalike hivyo. Alama tayari makazi tuili kaibu isi tu mina vau. Baune kendo tumbekewe kendo nde na no bakatumbuwe kendo chu kwa ndai yasio nde na usindwe sawa bata na thina. I don't even want to come to the ground. Nondo nye nikwenda noke kuambia kwa hii na hii tafadhali tusaidiane because it's the only by election on the 27th in this region. And of course we lost one of our own and we are very sorry about Mheshimiwa Kabu alikile county assembly na chama cha Wiper, and although he died not in Wiper but a dear friend of mine. So tuwakumbuke hawa wote. And now I've come to the conclusion of my remarks. I promise to juxtapose them with some of these realities of our time. So tushikamaneni kabisa na leadership, because finally, Governor Wavinya, you have said you are Wiper Patriotic Governor. I know because of allowing the party leader to come and start this commencement of these wonderful young people, the national government will even go after you. And there are two levels of government, the national government and the county government. Because governors who are elected on party tickets have to remain faithful to their political parties. And that is what Governor Wavinya is simply saying. Wakija wakikushambulia, we shall go also for them. Hatutawachilia. Nundu mazi elia kuita Ruto weneki. You Ruto is majority leader kuita Wangondi. So we are doing the right thing. Of course, when the Ruto comes to Machakos, you have to be there to receive him. But when you receive him, he must know you are the county government, the county government. Sio kama ile mulienda hapa kwa inauguration of Bishop wa AIC, Ruto anasema ndiye ataongea peke yake. He doesn't recognize there is a county governor here. Yani madharau mengine tutakataa kata. Inyo mwe tayari? Inyo mwe tayari? Awaikoto. Mwe. Nundu mwana baeta bemini Ruto home. Sinamda hiyo. Na kuna ubaya, it is normal. And that wind of change is actually sweeping across Africa and the entire world. Because these young people simply want transparency. They don't want leaders who steal from them. If you steal from your own people, you are stealing their future. So I said we are going to make this country, get it back, prepare it for this future generation, because it is our duty to do so. Therefore, long live Machakos, long live Kenya, and God bless all of us. Asante.
Invite Dr. Consolata Mutisia to take us through graduation ceremony in the shortest time possible, please.
Thank you, Kelly. Your Excellency, our chief guest, our governor, also our deputy governor, and our students. We have entered into the point of graduation. Our trainees, mpo, kindly those who are walking around, settle down because we have reached at another level. When the governor reads for you blessings, you are going to respond, we receive. What do you say? Yes, as you stand up. when we call upon your numbers. Behind your seat, there is a number. That is your number. When you hear your trainer, your principal say from number this to this, that is the time you are going to stand. Tuko pamoja? Your Excellency,